Good morning, everybody. Right, today's phonics is kind of like a little bit carrying on from yesterday. So, as you can see, there's no tricky words to start with on the screen today. What we're going to do is we're going to have a go at writing them in pyramid form. Okay, so I'm going to do the first one for you, and then you can do the other four, looking back on your book to say what they are. So, pyramids, what we do is we start with the first letter, and then underneath we write the word again, but we add a letter each time. So D becomes D O, which becomes D O O, which becomes D O O R. And door is one of our tricky words. So I want you to do it now with floor, pour, because, which could be a long one, and find. Make sure that each one of these lines is on its own line in your book, please. Don't go across the page. It's got to be shaped like a pyramid. Okay? When you've done it, unpause and we'll carry on. So pause now. Okay, so let's move on. So what we're going to do, this was your work from yesterday. I just want to go through it before we carry on. Okay, so adding ing, so you can mark your own work really if you want to. So play becomes playing. Remember, we were just adding ing to the words yesterday, so we weren't doing anything else. Jump becomes jumping. Cook becomes cooking. Sing becomes singing, and read becomes reading. Okay, some of these words are going to appear again in a minute because when it loads up, we're thinking about what can we do around our house. Okay, so the whole point of today is to go and have a wander around your house and some of the things that you can do, and then write a sentence about it. But first of all, I want you to see I've got 7 pictures on the board, on the screen. I want you to see if you can work out what each of the verbs are, but put the ing on the end. Okay, so what am I doing in this picture? What's the boy doing in this picture? What's Nathan, my son, doing in these pictures, and what am I doing in this picture? So you should have 7 words, all with ing on the end, in your book. So pause it now, and then we'll go through it afterwards. Go. Okay, so you should have 7 words. Now, some of these you might think, oh, I had a different word to that, and that's fine. But I'm going to put down what I was doing. So this one is watching. So it's watch, like this. And then adding ing. I'm going to add ing in blue this time. Here I am drinking, so drink becomes drinking. Okay. Nathan here is listening. So we've got the verb listen. And that becomes listening. Here, now you could have had either one for the ims. You could have had screaming or shouting. I'm going to put screaming. EA for scream. And then ing. Here, Nathan is eating. I'm going to put it here. So eat becomes eating. This boy here is jumping, so we've got jump becomes jumping. And here it's read becomes reading. So read is a funny one because it's EA. And then we've got the ing. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to take those 7 words now and I want to put them in my own sentence. And I want you to do exactly the same, because that's going to be your task for today. So here is my lines, and I'm going to pick one of those words. So when it works, I'm going to do the drinking one. So I'm going to start with I am, there's that word that needs to come before the verb, am drinking. I'm not going to do it with blue this time. I am drinking a glass of cold water. Now that could be a very simple sentence. Now, because we're year twos, we can make that better. So I'm drinking a glass of cold water because it is warm. Now warm, we've done the or making an R, or R making an or sound. Warm inside. Inside, split digraph. And that's the end of my sentence. I am drinking a glass of cold water because it's warm inside. So a nice, good sentence. Let's pick another one. Screaming. Okay. Mr. Copping. So I'm going to put is screaming at his children. A nice simple sentence that time. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to walk around the house. I want you to think about some of the things you could do. So it could be any of the things on the screen. So you could be watching something you could be drinking, listening, screaming, reading, jumping, eating, anything at all. And I want you to write some sentences about it. Please don't start every sentence with I. Try and do it, maybe it's something like your brother and your sister are doing. What are they doing? Okay, but make sure you've got your ing suffix on the end. Okay, and that's it. Happy writing sentences. Off you go.